What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. My name is Ilya Kaz, the investor cop, Christian entrepreneur, and today I'm going to be sharing with you once again free lead generation in 2026.
167 to 168. For units of live advisement, E4 still awaiting more info. The call is still on the phone with 911. Have no script, unknown weapons, unknown injuries. Firearm at this time? Traditional to 1210 Nelson, 5 Adam. There's a possible firearm at this time. 6 Perp in custody. Perp in custody for the 31. Perp in custody.
Today I'm going to be sharing with you once again free lead generation in 2026. Things that have worked for my business. I was a former New York City police officer. I quit that job because I was making so much money in real estate. It gave me freedom and opportunity to travel, to leave the job, to leave the state, and now I live in Dominican Republic as well as the United States, traveling back and forth with that freedom that I was able to get through virtually wholesaling real estate. So let's start off real quick. Boom. You guys have heard about Zillow. I'm sure by now there's not one person under the sun who has not heard it. You could simply search, let's say, Orange County, right? Let's start Orlando. I don't know. I'm familiar with that market, so I don't know. Orange County, Florida, homes, right? This is how you would find free leads if you just want to like it. This is so cool because they even have phone numbers. There's no skip tracing required. There's nothing that's there. Obviously, these are on market. They have realtors, so you would have to speak with those people and explain what you're trying to do as a investor. But the conversations can get tricky because sometimes the realtors are more intimidating. They are more experts in their field. They can sniff out the wholesaler or somebody who's just trying to get started who doesn't know anything, right? You have to set up some of these filters. So typically, if you're looking for single homes, put homes. What are we looking for here? Owner posted. So let's get rid of everything else here for the listing type. These are usually FSBOs, first sale by owners, owner posted, and there's a lot. There's 53. Now check this out. Sometimes you can go to newest, and this is the newest, and you just scroll all the way down and you go to the last page because you want to deal with sometimes the people who've been trying to sell for the longest because they're more motivated, right? I don't know how long this person's been there. This is a high priced property. I mean, 5.8 million. So this looks like there was some sort of mistake on his property. He's been on for 300 days, right? It's got all the information, brand new roof. It's walking distance. He got some highlights. There's no HOA. And then here's the property owner. So this seems it's a little high. There must have been some sort of mistake. If you go down in Zillow, I love Zillow. I um I used it and continue to use it. Here's the price history. It tells you how much are they listed for, how much has it been dropped or changed, and continues to show history when he purchased it. You can even see when he purchased it, right? So, but look at this. This guy's been trying to list it. I don't see anything that says sold. Sold. 1996 is when they bought it for 76. Then it was listed for sale, price change, listed, removed. So it didn't sell. Then he listed again and then listed and removed, listed again, removed. So this person has zero motivation. Zero motivation. I mean, they've been trying to sell this thing since 2018. Yeah, now if you're gonna go try to educate them and speak with them, they're probably gonna, be a tire kicker. Not really motivated. They want top dollar. The house is in really good shape. It's well maintained, and they don't want to budge. They don't want to budge. I mean, it's still worth a try. You should still try to call them and say, hey, I see you have this property listed for such a long time. What are you looking to get for it? Is that room? Is there some negotiation? Is there like a flexible price? Try to feel them out. Check this out. This actually seems good for Orlando. 393 seems decent. You got professional photos though. Sometimes the people will list like for sale by owner, but they're really like the spouse is a realtor. The mom is a realtor. The friend's a realtor. They have professional photos. They have like professional floor plans. And these pictures right here are like professional, right? They're not done on some cell phone. Whoever did this is, it could be an investor too. Sometimes investors list these properties to save some money on the commission. So they'll list it for sale by owner. I mean, it's fully renovated, as you can see, right? So will this person take a discount? You never know, right? Your instinct says, no, no, it's in good condition, but you just never know. Look, he did price drop at 5,000 back in, November 30th. And once again, he's been listed for 241 days. If you go to the history, it will tell us he listed it in July and he dropped it only 5,000. So not so much motivation, but this is a lead. This is somebody you can call, feel them out, add them to your follow-up system, right? We use Podio. Some people use Salesforce. Some people use a notebook, because I started off using a notebook, and I would just have my weekly, monthly, daily follow-ups. Like, who'd I have to call, right? If you don't get in touch with them today, you got to call them back again. All right, this one's super low. This one dropped for sale by owner. Seems like it was pretty good condition, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, tiny home, probably a rental. Maybe somebody started out living there. It's off here. Once again, it's got all the information here. Corner lot, updated 2 bedroom, 2 bath home, custom kitchen cabinetry from IKEA. Can buy inserts and accessories for more customizations. Tile throughout, 1 bedroom, tub one. So we got all of this information here. Sold as is means they want to sell as is, right? That's some of the keywords we can check also. Listed by property owner. We got his phone number. Once again, we have some details here. We can have our conversation and feel them out. The whole point is, when you get started in real estate, you need to get comfortable having conversations. Even when this may not be a deal or anything good, you just want to speak with the people. You want to get comfortable speaking to those angry sellers, happy sellers, people who are uncomfortable, because this is new to you, okay? You need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So like I was saying, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because this is the only way you're going to grow. Get used to rejection, because not everyone's going to say, yeah, I want to sell for a discount, right? Most people are going to reject you. Most people might curse you out, might be offended by what you're trying to offer, right? If you're a Christian, you have to have thicker skin, right? You need to be the light of the world, so don't fall into temptation and start fighting and arguing. You're not here to argue to make enemies. You're here to serve people who are looking to sell fast and easy, who don't have the money or the time to make the repairs, renovate it, list it with an agent, and let it sit in the market for 6 to 8 months. We just sold a flip right now that took us close to 12 months to sell, right? And I've been doing this for 9 years, almost 10 years. We know what we're doing, but this market's been super slow. So you have to understand, not everybody has options. As you are, sometimes there's zero motivation. You have to use your discernment, read the history, check out what they have been doing with their property. Have they been lowering the price? Because if they lower the price, means they have motivation. If they keep the same price and lower it 5,000 every year or every 6 months, that's really not true motivation. Because when you want to sell, you want to sell. When you need to sell, you really need to sell, right? Want and need are two different things. So let's go down here too. These aren't even that old. I don't know why they're not showing up the super old ones. These are the newer constructions. Price cut. So this guy dropped it. A lot of new builds are not selling also. As you can see, there's zero saves. There's a lot of competition with the new builds. So that's another thing you have to be careful with. You can't try to say a house is going to sell for $392 when it's fixed up, when it's a brand new house being sold for $392. All right. I want to see you guys win, crush it. And this is how you can find free leads on Zillow. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I will see you on the next one.
Perp in custody for the 31. Perp in custody.